Good morning, boys and girls. For today's ELA lesson, I will be sharing with you a reader's workshop lesson. Our objective is students will infer character traits using text evidence for support. When we read the story for the past 2 weeks called Charlie and Mouse, we've gotten to know the character Charlie pretty well. Today, we're going to talk about what Charlie is like on the inside. When we talk about how a character is like on the inside, we are talking about their character traits. So these are words or adjectives used to describe what a character is like in the inside. So we can say a character is kind, generous, or brave. Here are some character trait words that we can use to describe a character. We can say that they are kind, determined, fun, unkind, brave, greedy, loving, lazy, generous, and bossy. Now, before we talk about Charlie, I want us to try something. I want us to think about a real life person. I bet you have a best friend or good friend in your life. Maybe it's someone who lives near you. Maybe it's someone in our class. Maybe it's your mom or dad or brother and sister. Now, you don't have to say the name of your good friend out loud, but I want you to think. Is there a word on the poster that would describe them? Maybe they're kind or fun. Or maybe you don't see a word that is on this character trait poster. I want you to think about it. How would you describe this person, this very good friend of yours? Now, if I was talking about my own best friend that I've known since I was in 5th grade, I would say that she is very kind and she is very generous. So those would be her character traits that I would use to describe her. Now that we've talked about our real person, let's think about our character Charlie. What are some words that we would use to describe his character traits? For the past 2 lessons, we use this character's feelings map to chart how Charlie feels at certain points. But we can use our supporting details to remind us about the events that happen in our story. We remember in the beginning that Charlie woke up his brother and he was excited about the neighborhood party at the park. Then Charlie and his brother Mouse were thinking about ways that they could use to make money. They started their business picking up rocks for their neighbors, and we ended the story with Charlie not wanting to go to sleep, and he came up with the idea of having a bedtime banana. So that's what we have learned in the past lessons about him. Now let's think about some character traits that we can use to describe him. Remember, we have this poster or chart that we can look back on. And I want you to think, what are some words that you could use to describe Charlie? I'll give you some time to think. So I came up with some traits that I would use to describe Charlie. I would describe him as fun and determined. And now we're going to read our story again to find evidence to support using these traits. We want to find some evidence that proves that Charlie is fun and determined. Please listen to our story and look for that evidence.
The title of my story is Charlie and Mouse, written by Laurel Snyder, illustrated by Emily Hughes. Lumps. Charlie woke up. There was a lump beside him. He poked the lump. The lump moaned. "Are you awake?" Charlie asked. "No," said the lump. "I am sleeping." "How can you be sleeping?" asked Charlie. "You are talking." The lump stopped talking. Charlie poked the lump again. "Get up," he said to the lump. The lump did not get up. "Get up," Charlie said to the lump. "Today is the neighborhood party." "It is?" asked the lump. "Yes, it is," said Charlie. The lump turned into Mouse. Mouse ran down the hall. "Mom," said Mouse. "Dad." He opened a door. He found 2 lumps. Mouse poked one of the lumps. "Are you awake?" "No," said the lump. "We are sleeping." "How can you be sleeping?" asked Mouse. "You are talking." "I am a mom," said the lump. "I can do what I want."
I'm going to stop our story here because I think this is a good place to discuss how Charlie is determined. He woke up everybody in his house so they can go to the neighborhood party. I will write that on our chart.
The party. "Hurrah! Today is the party," shouted Charlie. "Today is the neighborhood party," shouted Mouse. "Everyone will be there," shouted Charlie. They danced around the kitchen. "Where is the party going to be?" asked Dad. "It is at the playground," said Charlie. "When is it going to be?" asked Mom. "Now," said Charlie. "Sounds fun," said Dad. "I'll bring cookies." The 4 of them set out. They pulled Blanket in the wagon. They brought cookies. Halfway down the street, Charlie and Mouse saw Helen and Lily and Sam. Helen and Lily were climbing a tree. Sam was watching. "Where are you going?" asked Lily. "Today is the neighborhood party," shouted Mouse. "Come on." Helen and Lily and Sam followed the wagon. A few houses down, Charlie and Mouse saw Jack and Max. Jack and Max were digging a hole. "Where are you going?" asked Jack. "Today is the neighborhood party," shouted Charlie. "Come on." Jack and Max followed Helen and Lily and Sam, who followed the wagon. When they turned onto Woodland Avenue, Charlie and Mouse saw Tess and Lottie. Tess and Lottie were playing on the porch. "Where are you going?" asked Tess. "Today is the neighborhood party," shouted everyone. "Come on." Tess and Lottie followed Jack and Max, who followed Helen and Lily and Sam, who followed the wagon. Charlie and Mouse passed Spencer's house. They passed Marley's house. They passed Nora Ann's house. Baby Sylvia rode in the wagon with Blanket. Soon they could all see the playground. "Hurrah!" shouted Charlie. "Soon we will be at the party." They got to the playground. The playground was empty. Nobody was there. It was the best party ever.
I'm stopping our story here because I think this is good evidence to prove that Charlie is fun. He gets his brother, parents, and friends to go to the playground for a party, and they have the best party ever. Let's continue to read.
Rocks. "I wish I had some money," said Charlie. "Yes," said Mouse. "I wish I had some money too." "How can we get some money?" asked Charlie. "That is a good question," said Mouse. "Let me think." Mouse thought. "I know," said Mouse. "We'll sell something." "That is a good idea," said Charlie. "But what will we sell?" "Let me think again," said Mouse. Mouse thought. "I know," said Mouse. "We have lots of rocks. We will sell rocks." "That is a good idea," said Charlie. "You are very smart, Mouse." "Thank you," said Mouse. Charlie and Mouse loaded the wagon with their very best rocks. They pulled the wagon down the street. They pulled it to Mr. Eric and Mr. Michael's house. They knocked on the door. "Do you need any rocks today?" asked Mouse. "No," said Mr. Eric. "We have too many rocks already. But if you will take ours away, I will give you $1. Okay, said Charlie. Okay, said Mouse. Charlie and Mouse took away Mr. Eric's rocks. Charlie and Mouse pulled their wagon to Miss Margaret's house. They knocked on her door. Do you need any rocks today? Asked Charlie. Heavens no, said Miss Margaret. My garden is full of them. But if you will dig them up, I will pay you $1. Charlie and Mouse dug up Miss Margaret's rocks. They tried to pull the wagon home. It was very hard. Charlie and Mouse stopped to rest. They were very hot. They were very tired. Probably we need a snack, said Charlie, to sustain us. Good thinking, said Mouse.
This is evidence that proves that Charlie is determined. He works with his brother Mouse to make money moving rocks for his neighbors. I will write that on our chart.
I wish I had some money, said Charlie. Bedtime banana. Charlie and Mouse were in their pajamas. They brushed their teeth. Now it is time for bed, said Mom. Not without a story, said Charlie. No, said Mom, of course not. Not without a bedtime story. She read Charlie and Mouse a bedtime story. Now it is time for bed, said Mom. Not without a song, said Mouse. No, said Mom, of course not. Not without a bedtime song. She sang Charlie and Mouse a bedtime song. Now it is time for bed, said Mom. Not without a banana, said Charlie. A banana, said Mom. We need a banana, said Charlie. You need a banana. Mouse nodded. Charlie is right, he said. We cannot go to sleep without a bedtime banana. I have never heard of a bedtime banana, said Mom. Is that a thing? Charlie and Mouse nodded. It's a thing. Okay, said Mom. 2 bedtime bananas coming right up. Mom brought them each a banana. Charlie and Mouse ate their bananas. Now you will have to brush your teeth again, said Mom. Charlie brushed his teeth. Mouse brushed his teeth. They climbed back into bed. Mom turned off the light. Sweet dreams, little monkeys, she said. Good night, Mom, said Charlie. Good night, Mom, said Mouse. Mom left the room.
I'm stopping the story here because Charlie worked hard to persuade his mom into letting him and his brother have a bedtime banana. This is evidence that Charlie is determined. I will write that on our chart.
Charlie poked Mouse. Hey, Mouse, he said. Are you still awake? No, said Mouse. I'm sleeping, but what is it? I was thinking, said Charlie. Tomorrow we should ask for a bedtime popsicle. Good idea, said Mouse. Yes, said Charlie. It is. Charlie thought about popsicles. He started to feel sleepy. He turned over. There was a lump beside him in the bed. It was really a very nice lump. Good night, Charlie said. He patted the lump. I'm sleeping, said the lump. I can't hear you. The end.
Now that we finished listening to the story again and found evidence to support Charlie's character traits, this is what our chart looks like. We said that Charlie's traits are that he's fun and that he's determined. We found in our story evidence to prove that he's fun when he gets his brother, parents, and friends to go to the playground for a party. We found evidence that Charlie is determined when he wakes everyone up to go to the party. He works with Mouse to make money, and he gets a bedtime banana. We did a good job thinking of character traits to describe Charlie, and we were able to get this to know this character well. The better we know our character, the better we can predict what they'll do and understand why they act the way they do. After you finish reading a story, Ask yourself, what trait word would I use to describe the main character? Look for evidence or proof in the text to support the character trait that you chose. So that leads into this week's activity. I would like for you to read a fiction story. And I want you to think about the traits of your main character, just like we thought about Charlie. Choose a word to describe the main character's traits and support your choice with evidence from the story, just like we did with Charlie. You can base your activity off of this. Make sure you include your name, character traits 4, so put the name of your character here, and then choose a word from this chart, or you can choose another word to describe your character's traits. And then support your choice with evidence from the text to prove that they are this way, that they are kind or that they're greedy, and so on. You can use the sentence, I think this because, as a sentence stem to help you with organizing your writing. Remember, there are many ways that you can read every day. You can read a book that you own at home or that you brought home from school. You can read a book online from Raz Kids. You can read a book online from Clever. Or there are fiction read alouds on YouTube. If you have any questions about this lesson or the activity, please let me know. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.